Amidst the opulent halls of Buckingham Palace, a storm brews as Princess Anne receives a DNA test result that promises to unravel decades of secrecy. Known for her steely composure, she spirals into an inconceivable rage, threatening the very fabric of royal unity. What could have driven the unflappable Princess Anne to madness? Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. In the heart of Buckingham Palace, its grandeur silently whispers tales of triumph and treachery. Princess Anne, often a paragon of resilience, faced a storm unlike any before. The corridors echoed with a tension that even the centuries-old walls seemed to absorb. Anne's face, typically an unyielding mask of duty, now wore a haunting fragility as she clutched the letter containing the inscrutable truth. The palace, an emblem of strength, now felt like a gilded cage trapping secrets that refused to remain buried. Within Anne flickered a spectrum of emotions. The fortress of her demeanor started to crumble in anticipation of its contents. The letter, yellow faded and sealed with the ghostly whisper of Diana's legacy, arrived without pomp, yet its impact was as thunderous as any royal decree. This letter bore a secret exhumed from the depths of a hidden past, a testament to Diana's often veiled enigma. It contained Diana's final secret, a revelation embedded in the genetic fabric of the family, promising nothing but pandemonium. With a trembling hand, Anne broke the seal of uncertainty, her heart pounding a chaotic rhythm as each word revealed a fragment of a concealed history. Diana, beloved yet burdened, had woven a tapestry of mysteries that Anne now struggled to unravel. What truths had Diana hidden beneath her charismatic elegance? These were not merely idle speculations, they were the stirrings of a legacy reanimated. Princess Anne, resolutely poised even in the fiercest tempest, found herself on the brink of a revelation that threatened to fracture her essence and the family she had long strived to hold together. The revelation detonated like a silent bomb. In an unguarded moment of emotional eruption, Anne's fury became a palpable force, sending ripples of trepidation throughout the palace. A whispered fervor echoed in the drawing rooms and chambers. What dark truth had emerged from the shadows to drive Anne, of all people, to such uncharacteristic turmoil? The inscrutable DNA test was no simple triviality. It was a catalyst that may yet have far-reaching consequences, with implications as deep as the ocean and as mystifying as Diana's own veiled smiles. As the royal family scrambles to understand the meaning behind Anne's explosive outburst, we delve into the heart of Diana's enigmatic life and the veil of secrets she left behind. Princess Diana was the people's princess, yet her life was shrouded in whispers and untold secrets. As we peel back the layers of her royal tenure, a hidden narrative of intrigue and deep-seated mystery emerges. What could she have concealed that still haunts the palace corridors today? Beyond the lavish banquets and glittering jewels, Diana's world was a tapestry of shadows and whispers. Her luminous public presence masked a life teeming with clandestine connections, and every whispered conversation felt like a promise of revelations yet to surface. Rumors lingered like ghosts in the long hallways of the royal estate. What unspoken truths did she safeguard behind her disarming smile? The media, at times her ally and adversary, painted her life with strokes of both reality and speculation. Headlines danced between admiration and insinuation, each line hinting at a narrative throbbing beneath the surface, one in which truth and tale tangled indistinctly. Was she merely a victim of the relentless royal machine, or did she wield her own threads in this web of silent screams? Each of Diana's relationships carried undertones of complexity, laden with unsaid words and unshed tears. To the world, her marriage promised fairy tale glamour. To those who watched with practiced eyes, it unraveled like an intricate chess game played behind palace walls. Every glance, every gesture hinted at a story yet to be told. A saga of strategic alignments and emotional battles fought in silence. With the media as both confidant and conspirator, did the cameras capture the truth, or merely what they were permitted to see? Each photograph built upon the next like layers of a puzzle whose full image remains tantalizingly unclear, wrapped in the cloak of speculation and strategically timed revelations. Amidst this intricate dance of public duty and private despair were the persistent undercurrents of gossip. Rumors of secret liaisons and the mysterious, nearly theatrical murmurs echoed through the winds that swept the family grounds. The emotional conflict she endured echoed endlessly through these tales, each whispered rumor a reminder of her silent struggle. Those close to her glimpsed the pain behind her regal facade, yet were entrapped in their own oaths of discretion, their lips sealed tighter than any vault. In the heart of monarchy and the eye of public adoration, her silent screams faded into the royal tapestry. And then there was the most astonishing rumor of all, one that could shift the very foundations of royalty. The prospect of a DNA test that was whispered about in hushed tones, carrying with it the weight of legacies and bloodlines. Why was this test so crucial in Diana's hidden narrative? What secrets lay in coded strands of hereditary storylines that could unspool royal histories? It lingered in the air like an unspoken question, ready to ignite scandal and reshape entire lives. The stakes were astronomical, bound to the intricacies of lineage and legacy, as if her very soul clung to the hope and dread of its implications. As the shadow of Diana's secret looms over the monarchy, the spotlight turns to a singular, crucial figure, Princess Anne, whose newfound knowledge threatens to overturn everything. Behind every royal smile lies a tumultuous tale of sisterhood overshadowed by royal expectations. Once seen as rivals, Anne and Diana's relationship harbored deeper complexities than the public ever knew. Could their concealed bond hold the key to unraveling Diana's final secret? In the corridors of the palace, whispers trailed after Anne and Diana like shadows at dusk. The world watched them closely, fueled by tabloids painting a picture of icy stares and bitter words. But nestled beneath the veneer of envy and discord lay a connection untold. The public persona, a performance carefully crafted, often belied the nuanced reality. For in private, Anne and Diana would find themselves in hushed, heartfelt discussions, seeking refuge from the relentless eye of scrutiny. They shared dreams and burdens, offering solace where they could, amidst the clamor of their royal obligations. Interactions between the two were fraught with the complexities of duty and desire, each tethered to a separate cornerstone of the crown, but longing for more than their roles allowed. The media saw rivals. They were sisters in search of understanding. Anne's steely resolve often softened in moments of quiet empathy, and Diana's warm compassion was tempered with fierce determination. They would lean into shared laughter, if only for a moment, before the world demanded their return to opposing realms. Their candid conversations unfolded behind closed doors, confessing fears, hopes, and the weight of their expectations. It was a bond that stood in stark contrast to the manufactured narratives that swirled around them. Yet their alliance was not without its strains. The nature of their duties often set them on diverging paths, an unspoken tension ever present. Their personal aspirations created a dance of togetherness and separation, with each step drawing them closer and pushing them apart. Anne watched Diana's rise with a mixture of pride and apprehension. She worried for Diana's safety, her audacious choices, and the magnetic charm that brought Diana so close to the heart of the public, yet perilously close to danger. Where Diana saw freedom, Anne sensed risk, and her own role seemed to grow heavier with every choice Diana made. Even so, the untold camaraderie between them remained a wellspring of quiet strength. In the fleeting silences between words, the understanding hung. The knowledge that in the chaos of royal life, they found a confidante in each other. It was a bond neither could fully own in the public eye, and it was as tender as it was unspoken, each holding the other's truths with gentle care. The unseen impact of Diana's decisions rippled through Anne's world like echoes in a vast chamber, affecting her in ways she had not anticipated. Diana's daring, her heartbreak, and ultimately her tragic fate left shadows in Anne's heart, testaments to the bond they shared. It was a connection marked by what went unspoken, a sisterhood that thrived away from the relentless scrutiny that threatened to define them. Reeling from revelations about her bond with Diana, Anne faces a decision that could alter the royal lineage and bring forth more secrets than ever imagined. In the heart of the British monarchy, turmoil simmers beneath the gilded veneer. The corridors of power, once bastions of unyielding tradition, now reverberate with a quiet tension that threatens to unravel the very fabric of their storied past. The revered queen, a figure synonymous with stoicism and poise, finds herself ensnared in the throes of an unprecedented crisis, a revelation that scorches the tranquil fade of royal life. It is Anne, the queen's daughter, whose bombshell disclosure carries the weight of an era, the whispers of a secret so profound it might just sear through the established norms, leaving in its wake a path littered with questions and shadows. As this storm brews, the queen stands at the helm, poised yet undeniably shaken, the embodiment of grace under pressure. But beneath her placid exterior, a tempest of conflict rages, a mingling of duty, honor, and perhaps an innate maternal instinct to protect those she holds dear. For Diana's legacy, one that was as luminous as it was tragic, must be preserved lest the foundations of royalty crack under truths long buried. The Queen, ever the sentinel of decorum, grapples with the stark reality that the winds of change demand their due. In the sanctum of her private chambers, she contemplates the whispered counsel of her ancestors, the palpable weight of tradition pressing into her like the rings of a billion crowns enduring under the test of time. Here lies the gravest challenge, to acknowledge a truth that could reshape the narrative, a truth that stakes a claim on fealty older than the stones of Windsor Castle themselves. Within these hallowed halls, every measured step echoes the tension of posed traditions against reevaluation. Diana's spirit looms large, her legacy a testament to compassion, candor, and rebellion against constrictive expectations. Yet, it is this very legacy that now nudges the Queen towards a reckoning, forcing the monarchy to unfurl layers thicker than any velvet cloak. As the shadows of the past converge upon the present, Anne unwittingly wields the power to redefine royal legacies, eclipsing centuries of constrained roles with revelations potent enough to rewrite their story. The stakes are high and deeply personal for the Queen. She stands not only as a monarch entrusted with the enduring legacy of a centuries-old institution, but as a mother besieged by the complexities of familial bonds that intricately tie heirs and hostilities alike. Her gaze, steely yet tender, casts forward into an uncertain future, contemplating the glimmering line of succession. Even as her heart beats with the rhythms of uncertainty, it is a decision she alone must bear, the delicate dance of championing Diana's spirited vision while ensuring the crown remains untarnished, its authority unchallenged. A powerful undercurrent runs through the lifeblood of the royal family as they face this intrinsic moral and ethical dilemma, a moment where deeply entrenched beliefs encounter the inevitability of transformation. Decisions made now will echo through corridors, both literal and metaphorical, resonating in the hearts and minds of a discerning public attuned to the pulse of change. Every choice, every statement, holds the potential to shift public perception, to illuminate or stain the monarchy's delicate image. With the Queen's decision reverberating through the monarchical corridors, Anne becomes the unwitting protagonist of a story that defies royal protocol and promises newer shocks. The truth hidden within the Dina results shatters illusions and exposes a narrative that changes everything. The room is silent, yet it's as if a thunderstorm erupts within the very walls of the palace. Whispers of doubt and astonishment creep through the halls as Anne stares at the results in disbelief. Every letter, every strand of genetic code seems to conspire against the bedrock of what she thought was unbreakable. The monarchy, it appears, is on the brink of an unprecedented unraveling. The results reveal links that fracture the carefully constructed family tableau, laying bare a lineage far different than expected, a connection that stretches beyond this earthly realm to the enigmatic whisper of Diana's enduring presence. For Anne, this revelation is not simply a scandal. It is a cacophony of hidden truths, threatening to reshape the royal order from its very core. Suddenly, the line of succession dances on the brink of chaos, its stability crumbling like ancient parchment. The roots of the family tree tremble, delicate branches threatening to snap under the weight of this newfound complexity. As kerfuffled courtiers scurry to navigate the pandemonium, the palace feels the tremors of a legacy in upheaval. Unearthing the legacy of Diana brings forth untold stories. Her spirit seems to rise once more, unveiling truths left dormant. The once silenced tales of past affections and bloodlines now command attention, forging a history that demands to be acknowledged. Her influence, forever etched into the history of the monarchy, unveils layers of intention never before considered. The ripples of her lineage stretch across time, demanding respect, demanding voice, asserting prowess from beyond the grave. The royal family finds themselves swept away in a torrent of their own making. Shrouds of familial pride and secrecy crumble under the burden of this discovery. Each member grapples with emotional turmoil, their faces reflective of the storm raging within. It's as if decades of whispered suspicions and silent truths clash violently against the hard stone of reality, leaving them caught in an interplay of duty, loyalty, and self-preservation. Yet, in the midst of the tumult, it is Anne who faces the fiercest battle, the battle within herself, as duty clashes against conscience. The dilemma is painted across her furrowed brow, the weight of the crown resting heavy as a millstone around her neck. How does one reconcile the mandate of tradition with the heart's uncompromising clamor for truth? Each decision she faces threatens to tear the fabric of her soul, duty and love strangled in their perpetual combat. The air within the palace grows tense with the necessity for swift damage control. Strategies and counter-strategies are whispered in hushed tones as advisors valiantly struggle to weave a cloak of normalcy over the chaotic revelations. To dishonor Diana now, to betray her memory, would be to light a match upon the tinderbox of public sentiment, a risk too grave to ignore. The future hangs delicately in the balance, knotted by the potential vengeance of history itself. As Anne's anger burns with newly discovered truths, attention turns to the only person who might have answers to the unanswered questions about Diana's own intentions. This secret confidant might just hold the key to Diana's undiscovered plans and the secret behind the Dina shocker. Who is this elusive figure from Diana's past, and what secrets do they still keep? In the shadowy corners of high society, where whispers carry more weight than words, Diana found solace in a confidant whose presence resembled that of a phantom, fleeting yet profound. This mysterious and influential ally was no novice in navigating the labyrinthine corridors of royalty's hidden world. They were the ghost in Diana's life, the keeper of her innermost fears, her rebellion against the shackles of royalty, and the dreams she dared to keep hidden. Their bond was forged in discretion, a clandestine connection that thrived in the unseen spaces between public smiles and private sorrows. Many a night, in the silence broken only by the rustle of silk as Diana paced her room, they would speak about the future, hers and the one she dreamed for those she loved. In these private councils, Diana shared instructions that were as much about survival as they were of revelation. The confidant became not just a witness to Diana's struggles, but an active participant in the weaving of her secret plans, ensuring that the legacy she longed to leave would not be suffocated by royal decree nor washed away by the tides of scandal. Between them, a web of secret correspondence flourished, threads of clandestine communication that stretched across continents and into the heart of power. These missives, encoded in the lines of everyday letters, whispered of liberation and the unveiling of truths long subdued. It was from these exchanges that Diana crafted her narrative, a posthumous blueprint she entrusted to the confidant, knowing they would guard her story fiercely like a knight pledged to protect a queen. This confidant understood the great risk involved. Each step taken to protect Diana's hidden intentions was fraught with dangers that could obliterate reputations and sever privileged ties. But such peril was embraced with unwavering loyalty, for here was a mission, no, a duty, that transcended personal risk in pursuit of a message that needed a voice beyond the grave. Each revelation carefully curated, each piece of the puzzle falling into place as they championed the narrative Diana had envisioned. Yet, as the confidant sat across from Anne, the atmosphere crackling with unspoken tension, it was not merely answers they provided. It was the mantle of this mission. A mantle worn by Diana and, by extension, now bestowed upon Anne. The truths unveiled in this confrontation were swift, cutting through doubt like a scythe and leaving in their wake the stark reality of choice. Anne had initiated this inquiry as an heir to unanswered questions, yet here she stood on the precipice of uncovering a legacy intertwined with whispers and shadows. With every revelation, Anne's path becomes clear yet perilous, as her pursuit of truth edges closer to a public crescendo. The royal veneer cracks as Princess Anne defies tradition and confronts the monarchy on a global stage. With Diana's secret in hand, she challenges decades of protocol in a fiery and emotional battle. Will Anne's conviction herald a new era, or will it symbolize the monarchy's ultimate collapse? In the grand halls echoing with centuries-old traditions, Anne stands, a lone figure of defiance. Her eyes, fierce and resolute, lock with the collected gazes of her royal kin. This is a confrontation years in the making. Born not out of contempt but necessity. It is as if the ancient chandeliers tremble above, sensing the seismic shift unraveling below. She steps forward, each word echoing like a clarion call through the silence, and declares a truth that has simmered, unsaid, within palace walls. The revelation ignites a firestorm, not just within the opulent confines of royalty, but across the world itself. Bound by history yet propelled by her conscience, Anne refuses to be just another silenced voice in the annals of royal decorum. As Anne's words cascade into public consciousness, the reactions ripple far and wide. From the hushed corridors of the palace smeared with whispers of treason to bustling city streets filled with electric anticipation, Anne's defiance is both a rally cry and a dire warning. The monarchy's carefully polished image has been irrevocably tarnished, revealing the shadows lurking beneath its golden surface. Some hail her as a herald of overdue change, a torchbearer illuminating the path to modernity. Yet others cast her as an insubordinate, a volatile force threatening the sanctity of an age-old institution. It is this very dichotomy between personal belief and institutional duty that Anne grapples with, the weight of centuries pressing upon her shoulders yet unable to crush her spirit. As the press gathers, thirsty for every drop of scandal, Anne continues her charge. Cameras flash like lightning as she commands attention, each statement she makes cutting with the precision of truth spoken after too long a silence. The tension is palpable, a collective intake of breath as the world leans in, hanging on to her every articulation like lifelines thrown into the churning sea of public opinion. Her stand is raw, impassioned, and unmistakably human. The secrets she unravels are no longer hers alone. They belong to the people, to history, to a narrative rewriting itself in real time. Here, in this crucible of public scrutiny, Anne's resolve is unyielding, her voice unwavering as she shapes the new discourse. The international reactions are swift and potent. Reverberations of her defiance ripple across continents, igniting debates in parliaments and living rooms alike. The monarchy, an institution once monolithic and daunting, finds itself under a lens that magnifies both its grandeur and frailties. Anne's revelations pose questions too vital to ignore. What role should royalty play in a rapidly changing world? Should tradition be a steadfast anchor, or is it a shackle in need of breaking? As commentators and citizens alike weigh in, Anne becomes an emblem of possibility, a pioneer daring to redefine what it means to hold power accountable. This dramatic saga is not merely about one woman's courage, but about the potential reshaping of the monarchy itself. Will this upheaval usher in an epoch more in tune with the demands of transparency and accountability? Will Anne's fiery stand become a footnote in history, or one of its pivotal chapters? As Anne strides through the storm of public opinion, with the world watching her every move, a collective realization dawns. The monarchy is no longer just an institution of heritage, it is a crucible for the future, malleable and waiting to be reforged. As the dust settles on Anne's revolutionary stand, the world holds its breath for the final verdict, one that could redefine the monarchy forever. With shadows of the past now illuminated, the British monarchy stands on the brink of transformation. A seemingly iron-willed Princess Anne must navigate the aftermath of her ascendance against tradition. A new dawn awaits. Is this the rewrite of royal history, or merely the beginning of another saga of secrets? In the wake of revelations that shook the very foundations of tradition, the royal family finds itself under the harsh glare of public scrutiny. The echo of the secrets unearthed reverberates through the halls of Buckingham Palace, where the whispers are now impossible to silence. Public sentiment flutters like a restless flag in the breeze, demanding not just an accounting, but an evolution. The people, once veiled in reverence and mystique, now peek behind the curtain, seeking transparency in a world demanding authenticity. Princess Anne, shouldering the unsought mantle of leadership, threads her path through this tangled aftermath, seeking to reconcile the legacy she inherits with the future she must mold. Her resolve is an anchor in turbulent seas, but the specter of betrayal, of lives entwined and undone by the past, lurks as a constant shadow. Straining against the weight of history, Anne embraces the contradictions of her inheritance, striving to carve a personal legacy that honors yet transcends her family's storied past. Each step taken by the monarchy towards newfound transparency is measured yet determined. A cautious dance on a stage where every move is scrutinized. The lessons, hard-learned from Princess Diana's struggles and triumphs, are etched into Anne's heart, driving her to sculpt a narrative of openness, courage, and redemption. Diana's legacy, of truth spoken through tears, of warmth that kindled change, now finds a custodian in Anne, who wears it as both armor and beacon. There is an understanding in her actions that while the truth may be painful, it is also liberating, capable of unshackling a family and a nation from the confines of the past. Yet within the walls of the palace, unity wavers like a reed in the breeze. Trust, once a firmament, is fracturing under the strain of exposure. The family stands at a crossroads, caught between divisions that threaten their unity and the promise of a modernized legacy that calls for solidarity. Each member grapples with their role in this evolving tapestry, some clinging to the vestiges of tradition, others reaching towards the light of change. The implications of these choices ripple outward, echoing through time, carrying the weight of destinies yet to be written. In Anne's hands lies not only the preservation of the crown, but its rebirth in a world that looks so different from the one that first bestowed it. As the dust settles, the nation watches, breath held in cautious hope, speculating on the monarchy's role in a rapidly shifting global tapestry. In a world poised on the brink of new beginnings, will the monarchy rise to meet the dawn, shedding its former skins for a brighter future? Or will the shadows of secrecy eclipse even this moment of potential? These questions linger like smoke in a breeze, entangled with the echoes of the past, waiting to be answered. As one chapter closes and another begins, the echoes of Diana's secret will forever linger, weaving into the tapestry of a century-old monarchy, silenced yet powerful. As the dust settles around the revelations that have set the world abuzz, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Diana, the Princess of Wales, has etched an indelible mark on both her family and the world at large. Her journey, tumultuous and transformative, has culminated in a legacy that challenges the very fabric of royal tradition. Diana's path was one of both struggle and enlightenment, casting a long shadow that still stretches across the globe. Her advocacy for humanitarian causes and her ability to connect with the public on such a personal level redefined what it meant to be royal. She gave a voice to the voiceless and introduced a personal touch to a seemingly untouchable institution. For Anne, this revelation poses a new chapter she never anticipated. Navigating through her role, she now carries the weight of these truths, subtly reshaping her presence within the royal hierarchy. Her journey reflects a balance between tradition and the seismic shifts brought forth by Diana's legacy, acknowledging both the past and the need for modern evolution. The public, too, joins in this poignant reflection, now viewing the royal family through a lens that Diana polished with empathy and authenticity. The grandeur of monarchy doesn't shine as brightly as the heartfelt image Diana portrayed, a compassionate royal who reached across barriers of class and tradition. Globally, monarchies might well find themselves reconsidering their own protocols in light of this seismic shift. Diana's posthumous influence now serves as a guidepost, advocating for empathy and connection within these established institutions. Her efforts may well inspire a new trajectory for how royals engage with the world and their duties. In this unforeseen triumph, Diana speaks to a new generation, the children who saw in her a beacon of relatability and the promise of change. Her life's mission, although concluded on Earth, continues to resonate, capturing hearts and fostering hope for a kinder, more understanding future. With each remembrance, each tribute, Diana's legacy breathes anew, a testament to her enduring influence. And thus, the world watches as the royal family steps into a future unsure, yet forever changed by the enduring legacy left behind by its most cherished, enigmatic member.